Hey, how you guys doing? So just wanted to do a quick Q&A on some of the questions that have been coming in. So I figured we just make a quick video to answer some of those questions. So let's get right into it. So first things, what is cmos? So cmos is of course an amazing superfood, and it's up and coming in popularity due to its amazing health benefits. cmos is rich in amino acids, vitamin A, vitamin C, antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and minerals. And speaking of minerals, it actually has 92 of the 102 minerals your body needs to thrive. So because cmos is a mucilaginous and has a more gelatinous texture, which means it's sticky and thick, it helps to soothe the mucous membrane in the body. So it's really good for respiratory health, for digestive health. It helps break down the excess mucus in your body. And it's also a prebiotic, which promotes the good bacteria in your body and kills all the bad bacteria in the gut, which is good because guess what? It promotes good digestive health as well. So the next question is, what type of ingredients do you guys use for your gel? So as you know, first of all, our cmos is harvested in Grenada, in the Bay, where our harvester does not use any chemicals, any additives, any pesticides to harvest the cmos. Just always remember, know where you're getting your cmos from, and always question the person who you're purchasing the gel from. These particular questions, where it's being harvested, because it's really important to know. So in our gel in particular, we use organic lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice, organic cinnamon, organic honey, and of course, our organic cmos. That's sort of our foundational base products that we use. And of course, you know, with other blends that we have, particularly our elderberry is 100% organic elderberry. And then our sorrel, we use the 100% organic hibiscus flower, along with some others. And then of course, with our guava, our soursop, it's 100% organic. The next question we get is your product gluten-free? So just an FYI, cmos, generally speaking, is a gluten-free superfood. And then all of our ingredients are all gluten-free. So to answer that question, yes, it is 100% gluten-free. So the next question we have here is, can vegans use your product? And the answer is, really, it's up to you. We do use, again, 100% all natural ingredients. The one caveat is we do use honey, and we understand in the vegan community, vegans typically do not like to use animal-based products. And of course, honey is from a bee, which is theoretically an animal. So really, that's up to your preference, but we do have vegans that do consume our cmos blends, but really, it's your preference. So the next question is, there's a lot of people on the market selling cmos. What makes your product so different? And that's such a great question, and it's very subjective, because we will never sit here and say we have the best cmos on the market, right? Best to who? But what we will say, it starts with the process. So we use what we call a 4-stage alkaline filtration water system. That's what the cmos is soaked in. It's never soaked in tap water. Why does that make a difference? Because some tap water contains, you know, certain pharmaceuticals or chlorine or certain particles that you may not be aware of, that when you soak it in that water, that actually soaks in your cmos. So you want to make sure that you're using very clean alkaline water, which is what we used. And then we actually have a 16-hour process. Now that may sound like a long time, but in order to have a really great product, it takes time, right? So that's part of the reason why our cmos is a little different. Along with a few other particulars, we won't really get into, you know, any real specifics, but just generally speaking, that sort of differentiates us from other cmos makers on the market. So the next question is cmos safe for children? And the answer is yes, it is extremely safe for children. I have a few little ones myself, and they love eating their cmos. First thing in the morning when they wake up, they're asking, where's my cmos? Where's my cmos? So we recommend for children 1 year to 2 years and older to start off with 1 teaspoon versus 1 tablespoon, which is what we recommend for adults. The recommended dosage for adults is 1 to 3 tablespoons a day. For children, we say to stay at the 1 teaspoon a day is a safe consumption. The next question is, can you overdose on cmos? That may sound like a funny question, but it's really not. So there's a video surfacing on the internet where Dr. Sebi once said, you can never have too much cmos. And to be quite frank, I actually had a little bit more than a half a jar of this one time, and my energy was through the roof. So for starters, you never want to overconsume anything, and you don't want to, continuously take over the recommended dose, which is 1 to 3 tablespoons. So can you overconsume cmos? In some cases, yes, you can, but you don't want to consume too much of it, right? Because it's very rich in iodine, which is great for your thyroid, along with some other health benefits, what we spoke about earlier. So you do want to stay within that recommended dose of 1 to 3 tablespoons a day. So the next question is, I'm diabetic and you guys said that you use honey in your products. Is that safe for diabetics? To answer that question, yes, it is extremely safe for diabetics. We actually don't have the sugar content on our labels yet, and we are working on that. But it's a very minimal amount. Each jar contains less than 7 grams of sugar in this whole entire jar. So when you divide that up with 25 servings per jar, we're talking a very, very little amount. I understand there's a lot of people also who count their carbohydrates. We're talking a very minimal amount of carbohydrates as well. So yes, it is safe for diabetics, and it will not raise your blood sugar level to that degree. Absolutely not. So the next question is, when is the best time to consume my cmos gel? Really, there is no right or wrong time. You can consume your cmos gel at any point of the day. First thing in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. We like to start off with, 1 tablespoon, in some cases 2 tablespoons in the morning. Take another one sometime in the afternoon, and take another 1 to 2 tablespoons in the evening. And I know that's over the recommended dose of 1 to 3 tablespoons, but when your body gets used to it, you'll be fine. So you can mix it in anything. You can mix it in smoothies. You can mix it in tea. We made it fun where you could eat it right out the jar, which is what a lot of people love. You could use it as a substitute for certain ingredients. You can really put it in anything you could put your cmos gel in. Some people like to put it in coffee. They like to use that golden vibe and mix a teaspoon in their coffee. So realistically, there is no right or wrong time. You can consume it at any point of the day, but really it's really up to you. It's your preference. So another question that comes up is, you guys say you have lab tested cmos gel. What does that mean? Now, that's a really great question. So when we get our cmos, we like to confirm that we have a great product. And how we do that is by taking it to the lab and testing it for the vitamins, the minerals, checking to see if there's any microbes in the cmos, checking for radiation, the pH balance, the viscosity, a lot of stuff, right? So what does that mean to you guys? Some customers, they don't care, right? As long as it, gives them the benefits that they're looking for, that's all that matters to them. But for us, we want to make sure that we're giving you guys a great product, and we want to make sure that, everything that we say, we're able to back it up through our lab tests. So to answer your question, yes, we do get it lab tested. So that concludes our quick Q&A for the day. Please send us any other questions you guys may have. We do have some other great products in our pipeline that are coming out. This t-shirt being one of them, along with a few other t-shirts. We do have our roll-on pain relief gel that you guys should be seeing on the market shortly, along with a few other things. So we appreciate all of you guys' support, and thank you so much. And if you guys, again, have any other questions, please DM us or send us your questions through our info@healthyvibes.com.